Hey there, everybody. This is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, October 29th, 2021. We are in the final day of the current trading week. We're in the final day of the current trading month, and we are in the final day of the current trading day. Did I get all those? Final hour of the trading day, final hour of the trading week, final hour of the trading month. So as I mention each day, the final hour of the day, if you're on a daily time frame, is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street. I consider the closing prices to be the most valid prices of the day. And that is why I make, my buying and selling decisions at the end of the day based upon my levels. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a wonderful trading day. It's a crazy day today. We opened up down, we rallied back up, we're going back down a little bit. Currently, the Dow is up 12 points, up 0.03. The NASDAQ is down now again, down 7 points, but it was down 100 and something at one point, down 0.05, and the S&P is down 2.86 or down 0.06%. So I hope you're staying safe out there in this wild trading environment. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the US legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current swing positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. Did have some great day trades today with all its volatility. That kind of lends itself to day trading, so I will share those with you as well. After that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are performing. After that, I'm going to talk about trader psychology. I do it every day, but it's super important to me, and I think it should be super important to you. The most important skill you can ever develop and hone and master in trading is the skill of following your plan and not letting your emotions get amplified so that you break your plan or don't follow your process. So we'll spend a few minutes on that. Have a good post from Steve Burns that I'd like to go over today. After that, I do have some potential end of day candidates that I'm considering today, end of day, end of week, and end of month, because today is the end of the day. It's Friday, so that's the end of the weekly bars, and then it's the end of the month, so that's the end of the monthly bars. So we have a lot to go over today and to consider. But I have three requirements before I look to enter any trade, regardless of the time frame, and that the requirements are as follows. One, I need to have a combination or a confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number two, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1, based upon support below me and resistance above me. And number three, I need to have a complete trading plan. For me, a complete trading plan includes the following. One, I need to position size my trade based upon the market's current volatility. If the volatility is high, I'm going to buy fewer shares. If it's low, I'm going to buy more shares. Number two, I need to know what my maximum allowed loss is on any trade. Number three, I need to know where my emergency stop is on any trade. Number four, I need to know where my end of day stop is. Number five, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Number six, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number seven, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place. So using those three criteria, I will go through the potential end of day, end of week, and end of month trades today. And we'll look at all the time frames, the risk to reward ratios. And if I see something that looks good, I will buy it before the market closes, right before the market closes. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need clarification on anything, I'm happy to clarify. If you would like me to look at any stock symbols before the market closes, put them in the live stream. I'll do my very best to get to them before the market closes. And then lastly, if any of my students have any entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please just wait until the close of the market before you tell me about them. That way I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and the pressure is off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all taken care of. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Hang tight. I'm going to grab a drink of water and run the US legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Nigma is here. Nice to see you, Nigma. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming and visiting with us. There is Steve Burns. Good to see you, Steve. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here, Steve, and thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Thank you for including me on your Fridays list today. Always appreciate that, and hope you and Holly are all doing well. Steve says, hello, traders. Weekend off is almost here. That is true. We are getting close to 1 hour left in the market. Tracy is here. Hey all, good to see you, Tracy. Hope you are doing well. Say hello to Paxton for me. Frank is also here. Happy Halloween, Greg and group. Happy Halloween to you. I'm going to a little Halloween party later tonight with my neighbor. It's a kids party, so I'm going to do that. That'll be fun, right? Trader Harneet is here. Nice to see you, Trader Harneet. Hope you are having a good day, sir. I always appreciate you coming and spending some time with us. Nigma has a ghost. Bacon Bandit says, Greg, I think you have me in VZ. I'm out. Okay. I think I do as well. I have, is that Bacon? Yeah. Michael Martin? No. All right. Let's see. We'll take Bacon out of there. All right. If I could do it. What's going on here? Here we go. All right. Done and done. Michael Wilkinson. Hey, Lova. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you are having a wonderful day. And Mike says, hi, everyone. And Kamal says, hello, traders. Good to see you, Kamal. Thank you, as always, for everything that you do for this channel, the scanner, everything. It's fantastic. And I appreciate it. I know everyone else does. And thanks, as always, for your friendship as well. Okay, let's get to it and start taking a look and see what's happening here. Let's see. Is this Lova? Bacon Bandit and I are in Hyatt Hotel. We had a nice return to value V1 entry. We're in an established uptrend. We come back to the value zone. We go sideways to find a little support. I like to buy things in sideways motion because sideways motion leads to trend. I entered the trade with this V1 trigger and false breakout to the downside back on the 25th. Bought this at 83.03. Next day moved up, took a little profit. I always take a little profit when the market gives me some. Next day we had a big move up, hit 3 profit targets. Orange line here is the trailing stop level. So now that I am at trailing stop, once I'm at trailing stop, if I get a close below the previous day's low, I get out of half and lock in half profits. This definitely looks like it's going to close below the previous day's low today. So I will be locking in half profits on Hyatt Hotel. MNST, I believe, is Jonathan, Lova, and myself. We had a double bottom, bullish divergence, false breakout to the downside, under 30, over 30, lots of triggers there. Bought at $84.91. It is $85. It's up a little bit on the day, and it's up a little on the trade. Nothing to write home about. My end of day stop will be a close below the 30 RSI. Pfizer has been a nice trade for Gary and I. We bought Pfizer back here on the 18th with an under 30, over 30 entry signal. Bought this at 41.32. Went racing up one day, another day. I sold half of my position here when it rejected the 50 RSI. It's a bit of a red flag, but I did keep the other half to give it a little bit room to move. It did get to my trailing stop level, 1.5 ATR. So now I'm looking for a close below the previous day's low. Did hit one profit target here at 43.53 today. This particular trade up 0.81% on the day and up 5.08% on the trade. Overnight SPY trade. Of course, I do buy the SPY every day at the close, hold it overnight. sell it first thing, take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning. This one was not so hot tamale. I bought this one yesterday at the close at 458.32. Of course, we gapped down. I had to get out for a loss, 456.10. I will be buying this again today at the close, holding it over the weekend. So those are the dailies. Let's go over to the weeklies. All right, not so hot tamale on the weekly on VIX. I did buy VIX here at 26.94, under 30, over 30. Thank goodness for this big bar here that got me out of 20% of my position, because it's just been nowhere but down since then. My end of week stop is a close below the 30 RSI. Right now it is 30.18. So this trade not doing so well. Really glad I hit the profit targets. This is currently down 19.77%. My only comment on this is that I'm thankful that I position size using the 2 ATR on the weekly, because my maximum allowed loss, let's say my maximum allowed loss on any trade is $5,000. Whether it's down 20% on the weekly or 20% on the monthly, it's still that $5,000. And that's why for me, but you have to come up with a good rule. A good rule of thumb is 1% of your total capital. So if you're trading $100,000, your maximum allowed loss, regardless of the time frame, regardless of how much it goes down, is 1%, in my case, like $5,000, right? So if this holds above 30, I will hold it. If not, I'll be out of it. FCX. FCX was bought by the dynamic duo yesterday on the last week with the 520 crossover on the weekly. Bought it at 37.60. It's 37.67. It is unchanged on the week. How about that? Unchanged on the week, but it is slightly up on the trade. All right, here are monthly trades. So Paxton Tracy, David, and I, we did buy UNG, which is natural gas, higher low V2 at 10.52. This has been a monster trade, moved up nicely, nicely, nicely. I took half of my profits here with the rejection of the 50 RSI, moved up stronger, did hit one profit target up here at 21.36. If this closes below the 50-month moving average, I will go ahead and get out of my trade. This is down 8.73% on the month, but on the trade, this is up 43.1%. So that's been a monster trade. Looks very likely that I will exit that. Another good trade on the monthly, Exxon with Tom. Tom and I bought this return to the 200 week month moving average, closed above, bought this at 54.75. It's up 9.64% alone this month. It did hit one profit target here about 62.29. This particular trade up 15.18%. So good little trade there. Very likely I will be getting out of UNG today. I had a rejection of the 50 RSI, and here it looks like I have a rejection of the 50 SMA. So I'll be locking in profits on UNG today. I'm going to have to watch VIX to see if it holds above the 30 RSI. If not, I'm going to have to exit the trade. Okay, Jonathan is here. Good evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you're having a good day. Ava, or evening, excuse me. Hi, Ava. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good day. And thank you, as always, for everything you do for this channel and over in the Skype group, Ava. Appreciate you being here and appreciate your friendship. Thomas here. Hey, traders. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to you as well, Thomas. All right, let's get down to some day trades. It was a great day trading day for me. All right. These are on the Qs on the 5-minute earlier in the day. I bought this bounce at the 200-day moving average along with the V1. MACD had turned positive. That was my signal. I got in at 382.33, sold a portion at 382.60, sold a portion at 382.94, sold another portion up here at 383.40. I just got out. That was enough for me. Obviously, I left a lot on the table, but still was a nice trade on the Qs. All right, VIX. Did have a trade on VIX today as well. Same kind, under 200, over 200 with the V2. I bought at 21.38. A couple bars later, I sold a portion at 21.42. Sold another portion here, 21.47. Sold another portion here, 21.48. And then last portion here at, oh, that was my 21.48. So yeah, in at 21.38, out at 21.42, out at 21.46, and out at 21.47, and out at 21.48. And I got out of that, locked in profits, and of course left a lot on the table as well, but that's okay. Let's see. All right, and then last but not least, Apple on the 5 minute. Let's see. Where did we go with my Apple trade? Here we go. I shorted Apple on a lower high V1. I shorted at 149.40. I covered on the way down 149.18. I covered at 149.11. Covered again here 144.88. That was it. It went down lower than that, but then had a big rally back up. But all in all, pretty good trades. Okay. Kamal says, making money on the untradeable. Yeah. Inside joke between Kamal and I and some of you that UNG is the untradeable chart. I guess it is tradable though. We had a really good trade on that. So grateful, super grateful for that. All right. Let's go over, take a look at your position, shall we? Virgin Galactic, Steve and Lova did buy Virgin Galactic yesterday with an under 30, over 30 signal. 1847, it's 1872. It's up 0.92% on the day and up about a little bit more than that on the trade. So congratulations, Steve and Lova. Hood, Steve bought Hood, Robinhood yesterday with a bounce near the 30 RSI, bought it at 35.48. It's 34.90. It's down 1.61% today, and it's also down on the trade, but still holding that 30 RSI. Verizon, I have Michael Martin in Verizon at 53.14. It's 52.84. This was a higher low V2. So currently up on the day, but slightly down on the trade. XLU, Gary, I have Gary, Bacon Bandit, and Lova in XLU with this move back to the 200 intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought at 65.08. Believe they sold half at 66.96, and down 1.07% today, but nicely up on the trade. CRL, another great trade from Steve Burns with the 520 crossover. Bought this at 420.98. It's 445.38. It's up 1.5% today alone, and on this trade, up 5.46%. So congratulations, Steve Burns. Beyond Meat, Tom and Steve had an under 30, over 30. Their entry signal was the entry signal. They bought at 95.13. It's 99.75. It's down 0.43% today, but it is up 4.6% on the trade. So congratulations, the two of you. Tell is Frank. Beautiful trade here, all the way back at 337. Looks like a V1 entry. It is 385. It's up 1.32% today. And this particular trade up 12.47%. Wow. Way to go. Cisco. Dynamic Duo and Lova did buy Cisco with a 520 crossover at 55.65. It's 55.95. It is down on the day, but it is still up on the trade. BIIB Michael Martin bought BIIB with an under 30, over 30 here at 269.90. It's 265.34. It is up slightly on the day, but it is down on the trade. AGQ. Ava's been hanging in AGQ. Great trade. She nailed the bottom with an under 30, over 30 at 30.26. It's 37.22. It is down 1.35% today, but it is up 18.94% on the trade, which is unbelievable. I mean, it's believable because it happened, but congratulations. That's fantastic, Ava. TNA. Ava bought TNA back here in the value zone. Looks like a V1, bought it at $87. It is currently $92.08. It is down on the day, but it's nicely up on the trade. EQIX has been another great trade from Ava and also from Lova. Nice confluence of signals here with an under 30, over 30, rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought this at 750.30. It's 835.90. It is down 1.35% today, but this particular trade up over 10%. So congratulations, Lova and Ava. Zoom, we have Michael Martin and Zoom under 30, over 30. Previous to that, we had a triple bottom with a bullish divergence, bought at 256.74. It's 275.06. It's down 1.55%, but this particular trade up 6.64%. VRM, Dynamic Duo did buy VRM yesterday. It looks like an under 30, over 30 bullish engulfing bar and a V1 at 1954. It's 1912. It's down 2.2% today and also down on the trade. And then lastly, we have Boeing. Dynamic Duo, David and Kamal. Dynamic Duo and David bought Boeing at 206.50. It's 205.47. So it is down on the day and down on the trade. Kamal bought yesterday at 206 with the intraday trade at 206. Oh, I have 206.50. I guess 206.50 doesn't sound like Kamal. 206 sounds like Kamal with the even number. But it is down today, down on the trade for all parties concerned, but it is holding the 30 RSI. Hey, Frank has a poem for us. Everybody excited? I am. Here we go. Every day is trick or treat if you're trading on Wall Street. That's true. Every day is trick or treat if you're trading on Wall Street. The market gives, then retreats with a ghostly laugh that just repeats. It knows profits are the candy every trader seeks. Well, I had a feeling Frank was going to wrap Halloween into a poem today, and I'm glad that I was right because that's a wonderful poem. Every day is trick or treat if you're trading on Wall Street. The market gives, then retreats with a ghostly laugh that just repeats. It knows profits are the candy every trader seeks. How good is that? I knew Frank was going to roll Halloween into this, and I'm glad because that's a wonderful, wonderful poem. Enigma says, nice, Frank. Frank says, markets have an eerie past. Oh, we have a double here. Markets have an eerie past. Losses that have broken some and left them and left then in a cast. While others have made big money with profits they've amassed, still the trading graveyard whispers nothing ever lasts. Okay, I wasn't sure that was a poem, and I guess it's just the second half of the first. Losses that have broken some and left them in a cast, while others have made money with profits they've amassed. Still the trading graveyard whispers nothing ever lasts. How good is that? Thank you, Frank. That's a longer one, and I love it. Okay. I hope I can post that on Twitter. I hope there's not too many characters in this. Jonathan says, spooky good. Kamal says, nice one, Frank. They're always nice, right? They are always, always nice. All right, so quick check before we get to new stuff here. Hyatt, we'll be getting out of half of Hyatt entered with the return to value V1, got to my trailing stop level 86.30. Looks like it's closing below the previous day's low. I will lock in half profits today on Hyatt. MNST is doing fine, up on the day, up on the trade, holding the 30 RSI. Nothing I have to do there. Pfizer, doing great. Nice trade, up on the day, up on the trade. Nothing I have to do there. And then SPY, of course, I will be buying SPY at the close, holding it over the weekend and selling it first thing Monday morning. Okay. Oh, Frank says it's actually 2 poems. All right, I'll put them both up then. I will put them both up. Thank you, bud. I think that's the first time we've ever had 2 poems in a day. Excellent. David says, great tandem, Frank. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Okay. All right. Listen, before we start looking at our end of day trades, before we start looking at our end of week trades, and before we start looking at our end of month trades, let's just switch gears for a few minutes, talk about trader psychology. Most important skill you will ever learn in trading is the ability to regulate your emotions, not let them get amplified either to the upside or the downside. You want to stay right in that sweet spot where you're just chill and cool and you're making the right decisions. And by the way, the best way to do that is with proper position sizing. This is from Steve Burns, who is here with us in the chat right now. You can follow Steve over on Twitter at @SJosephBurns. Do yourself a favor and do that. He provides such great content every day. You're really missing out if you're not subscribing to him. Please go over to his website, newtraderu.com. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can newtraderu.com. I talk about this, but let me share the link here. This is Steve's website. He has great articles on there. He has great online courses, books. Let me just post that in the live stream. There is his website. Do yourself a favor. Go and check that out. It's a great, great website with lots of usable information. But this is Steve here at the New Traders, Rich Traders over on Facebook. Again, you can also find him on Twitter. But let's see what Steve has to say today, because he's Steve Burns, for goodness sake. And if Steve Burns says something, you should listen, you should read, you should internalize, and you should put into practice what he says. So let's see what Steve has to say here. Technical analysis is a tool for putting the odds in your favor when trading price action. Technical analysis can both show the path of least resistance and give a trader price levels to set stop losses and profit targets to create good risk reward ratio trades. A lot of people, I think, have the misconception that technical analysis predicts price. It does not predict anything. It's a trailing indicator. It predicts nothing. But what it does is it gives you a good context and construct to show where support is, show where resistance levels are, get into a trade with a good risk to reward ratio. That's all it does. Technical analysis is a tool for putting the odds in your favor when trading price action. Do we want to put the odds in our favor? I would say we do. It's pretty dang important that we get every edge possible. Technical analysis can both show the path of least resistance and give a trader price levels to set stop losses and profit targets to create good risk to reward trades. That's all it is. That's all it is. It gives you, puts the chart into context, lets you know where your entries are, where your end of day stops are, lets you know risk to reward levels, know where the path of least resistance is, and where overhead resistance levels or significant levels are. That's why in my requirements for a trade, any trade that I get into, one of them is knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. That's what I use technical analysis for. If I buy off of the 200-day moving average, I know if I have a close below that, I'm going to get out. also shows you where support is. So it's technical analysis, moving averages, RSI readings, all this kind of stuff are not predictive. They just give you good risk to reward levels and gives you a context to set up good risk to reward trades. So great post, Steve. Appreciate that. It's always helpful for me to read Steve's post, and I hope it was helpful for you as well. Thanks, Steve Burns. Sompors is here. Good to see you. Hello all. Nice to have you here. Thanks for visiting. Frank says, thank you, Steve. Got to admit, the market can scare. Oh, no doubt about it. Steve says, what a great pins exit, my friends. That chart collapsed after we exited. All right, so this is a trade we were all in. Pins. I'm scared to even look. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I think I bought this here. Or was it here? I can't remember. Thank you, Steve, for pointing this out. This is a great example why I like to take profits, especially on big, huge up bar ranges. Everybody wanted it here. Now no one wants it. I always want to sell when people are just clamoring and wanting shares. Dr. Alexander Elder taught me this. You know, when people are apathetic and they're down and they're depressed, your job as a trader is to go in and buy shares from them with stop losses, risk to reward ratios, all that kind of stuff. But on the other side, when people are euphoric, everybody just needs this stock. I can't remember what happened. I think somebody was buying them. Maybe it was PayPal. But when everyone's clamoring and wants some of what you own, I sell them a little. I remember I hit 6 or 7 profit targets on this day up, and I just went, hey, enough's enough, right? And that's when I sold. And as it turns out, as Steve points out here, obviously that was the place to sell it. But another thing I see here too is I always tell my students, I always mention this in the podcast, but sideways motion leads to trends. Look at the sideways motion. I don't like to buy after the trend has started. I like to buy when nothing's going on, people aren't excited about stuff, and then have a big move up, and I like to sell into that. But yeah, you're 100% right, Steve. Good thing we got out while the getting was good. Enigma says reaching highs is spooky for sure. Steve says that lift chart has been one of the cleanest downtrends I have ever seen. Yeah, that's no fun. It's fun if you're short, because that just, look at that. No bounce to this at all. We went under 30 over 30 today. Maybe there's a bounce there. Maybe some under 30 over 30 buyers will come in. I don't know for sure. But if I had to buy Lyft, I'd be buying it today. I'm not saying I'm buying Lyft because I'm not, because earnings are coming up, and that is just a massive extended downtrend. Isn't that amazing? Okay, Steve says, big up day in the dollar today on UUP. The market is pricing in the Democrat spending bill not passing, perhaps. Well, let's take a look. Here's the dollar. Yes, huge move up today. Technically, this is a false breakout to the downside and a V2. I wouldn't be chasing this. This is a bit chasey for me. But as the dollar gets stronger, the other side of that equation is as the dollar gets stronger, people in other countries have to spend more to buy our goods, which you can construe that as a little bit of a headwind for the market as well. If you remember back when the market was down, the dollar was up, and that's what I mentioned back then. More expensive, not as many exports. Well, we're getting back up there again, so take that as you will. But more dollars means less buying of goods around the world from other countries. Apple making a new high on the day. Wow. All right. Let's take a look, see what's going on. Amazon is a potential today. Rejection of both the 250 and the 200. what I see over here is this big down bar. Halfway of that big down bar is most likely where we'll run into some resistance. So the way that I analyze this is I say, okay, here's the big down bar. We're going to rally. We're probably going to find some resistance there. Maybe, doesn't have to, at 33.79 approximately. My end of day stop on this would be a 200-day moving average, but I don't think the risk to reward's good. It's not even 1-to-1. There's actually less theoretical reward to the upside than the downside. That being said, it might just continue up. It might play around. I would rather look for a pullback retest of the 200-day moving average that gives me a better risk to reward ratio, or all the way back down here, try to take another shot at the 250. So as it is right here, right now, I would not be buying it. Facebook does have a better risk to reward ratio. Close under, close back over. We have a double bottom, bullish divergence. What that means is this first move down here came on strong selling, hence the deep red MACD bars. We did rally into some green. We've come back down. We're lower now than over here. There was less red. That indicates to me less selling or running out of sellers. I like Facebook. I like the under 200, over 200. I like the risk to reward. It makes sense to me. Facebook. Oh, and I forgot to do this, so give me 1 second. All right, so far, Facebook looks really good. Intel, under 30, over 30 RSI. It's a 35. That's kind of about the max I want to buy it at. It got stuck right at the 5 EMA. Let's look over on the weekly. Nothing I really love here on the weekly. I think I'm going to pass on Intel. Johnson & Johnson did have an higher low intraday rejection of the 250-day moving average. I like higher lows better than lower lows. If we look at the weekly, weekly's holding support at the 50-week moving average. So I do like that as well. And I forgot to do my numbers. How about that? So a little math. J&J. And then Twitter is also a potential here. Under 30, over 30, but it's not over 30 now. It's 29.40. Let's take a look over at the weekly. Lost the second ATR. So for me right now, for sure, the best setup for the dailies would be Facebook with an under 200, over 200. Johnson & Johnson with a higher low rejection of the 250. Actually, I like Facebook better. There is probably a 2-to-1 reward up to the 200-day moving average compared to where the stop would be. I like the confluence of the weekly as well, though. So those are my two potentials for the daily. Let's come over and look at some weekly stuff. Went through this last night with one of my students on the weekly. I was looking for a V1, higher low V1 on CCL. Not there yet, so not going to do anything with Carnival. DocuSign does have a 520 crossover, which does back test well. Thing that concerns me, however, is this big bar over here. If we get to the halfway of that, likely there'll be some resistance there, so I think I'm going to pass on that. LMT was looking for a rejection of the 250-day moving average, so I don't see anything there that I like. And then Love, which is Southwest Airlines, does have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. We had the big move down on deep red MACD bars. We had that temporary rally that got us green on MACD. Now we've come back down. You could, it's a beautiful double bottom bullish divergence. You could key off of the 100-day as your end of day stop. But I think I am also going to pass on Southwest Airlines, maybe an under 30, over 30 next week. I would like that a little bit better. So I really don't see anything here on the weekly. Not yet anyway. DocuSign is legitimate, but I don't like the big down bar here. I feel like we're going to get into some resistance there, so I'm going to stay away from anything on the weekly. And then if we look at the monthly, Teladoc looks pretty good, actually. We had a return to value, lots of sideways motion. We triggered a V1. The only thing here on this monthly bar is that we rejected the 50 RSI. See how we're at 49.74 and we were higher earlier in the month. So if I was in a trade and it rejects the 50 RSI, I'm going to get out of half. So this is a new trade. I'm not going to get into a new trade that just rejected the 50 RSI. And then TLT has a higher low V1. I like this. I like this a lot. So let me find, let's see. All right, let me write this down here. Daily. And the daily is Facebook. Okay. All right. So that's what I'm looking at here. So get rid of the Qs. VIX is still holding on the monthly. So let me get this stuff all prepared here. So daily, Facebook is my favorite. And on the monthly, TLT. And again, Facebook because of the under 200, over 200. TLT on the monthly because of the higher low V1 here. Now, I probably should get to work over here and sell my UNG. I am going to get out of UNG and I am out. So that was a nice trade on UNG, 40-something% at the highs, or not at the highs, I mean where they are, but again, took this with the higher low V2, excuse me, moved up here, sold half with the rejection of the 50. Now we've rejected the 50 SMA on the monthly. That's my signal. So I am out of this trade, but again, this trade was a monster. This trade was a monster, up 42.96%. All right, H. We have a little time, so I'll wait, but this does look like it's going to close below, so I also will be getting out of H. Pfizer making a new high on the day, which is great. All right, what do we have? 140, 145? All right. Hey, listen, give me a sec, everybody. I have to go blow my nose and clear my throat. I will be right back. Okie doke. Here we go. So, as far as what has to be done today, H, getting out if it closes below the previous day's low. Facebook, I'm getting in at the close if it closes above the 200-day moving average. And then on the monthly, I am taking TLT with this higher low V1 rejection of the -1 ATR channel. So that's what's happening. Frank says, can anyone say petrodollar? That is true. Steve says, also Congress not spending 1.75 trillion lowers the dollar supply. Ah, that is true. And so more people want dollars. All right, so we have about 14 minutes to go. I think while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and buy TLT. I'm buying this on a monthly trade, so I'll look at this next month unless it does hit my end of month stop. So I'm going ahead and buying TLT right now on the monthly trade. Buying it over here as well. VIX still holding that 30 RSI level. All the indexes are green now. Going to go ahead and sell H. Close under the previous day's low, so I'll take that off the board, lock in the profits there. Half profits, I mean. I'm selling half, sorry. Okay. All right, so I did lock in half profits on Hyatt with a close below the previous day's low. I did buy TLT on the monthly with this higher low V1 above all the moving averages, which is also good. And then I'm just waiting to buy Facebook here if it closes over the 200-day moving average. TLT also has, are you keeping XOM on the monthly? Yeah, I am. Yep, no issues here whatsoever. This has been a great trade. And again, I did sell UNG here today and locked in that trade. Greg, if you haven't gotten out of H, it looks like it wants to rally at the end of the day. Yeah, I see that. I can always get back in if I need to. WST held yesterday's 520 crossover. Yes, it did. After earnings today, I went long and will post my entry price closer to the close. Okay, sounds good. Ranger Trader, good to see you, buddy. How you doing, Jesse? Oh man, thanks for coming by. Always an honor and a privilege to have you here, my friend. Jesse says, hi, Greg and everyone. Hope all is well. Thank you very much, Jess. Appreciate that. Kamal says, thumbs up, everyone. There are 32 viewers and 13 likes. Ah, thanks, Kamal. Appreciate that. Yeah, any likes are appreciated. And Steve says, hey, Ranger Trader. How you doing, Jesse? You were on my mind the other day. I was looking through and I saw a message. And but thanks for coming by and saying hi. Hope your trading's going well. Ah, boy. All right. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Darn it. See if I have enough time to make this all happen. So Steve went long WST today, it looks like. Well, oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so PFE making a high on the day, which is fantastic. Looks like Amazon's making a high. Looks like everything's making a high. Hood still under the 30 RSI here. Enigma says, have a good weekend. Thank you. Ranger Trader said, hi, Steve. Mike says, XLU and LMT have rescinded their sell signals. Okay, good to know. So you're keeping XLU and LMT. Excellent. All right, so I'm just going to wait here, waiting for the end of the day to buy the under 200, over 200 on Facebook. Greg, you might like BA. Did that go under 30 again today? No, it didn't. I would like if it had gone under 30 again, but I do like that there's some support here, that's for sure. Steve is long, WST on the 520 EMA crossover after holding earnings at 428.10. WST is West Pharmaceutical. Had the 520 crossover, back tested it, moved up today. So Steve's long at 428.10. So in the money already. Congratulations. Okay. I'm just waiting to buy Facebook at the end of the day. H still under yesterday's low. Big rally here at the end of the day. So Steve is long WST again with the 520 crossover and holding after earnings. So we have about 4 minutes to go. Just keeping my eye on Facebook. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy Facebook right now. Just get that out of the way. Okay, that's that. So again, I did buy Facebook with the close under over 200. I did buy TLT on the monthly with the higher low V1 in the value zone. I did get rid of UNG, locked in that nice, really nice trade on that one. I'm keeping Exxon, nice trade there as well. VIX still holding. And so that's what I've got going on. All right, 1 minute to go, everyone. 1 minute to go. Okay, that is that, as they say. All right, so I bought overnight SPY trade at 459.25. I bought Facebook at 323.52, and I bought TLT at 147.96. All right, so let's start with Facebook. Facebook I bought at 323.52. My end of day stop on this is going to be a close under the 200-day moving average. I bought the overnight SPY trade at 459.25. Hold that over the weekend, sell that first thing Monday morning. And then TLT on the monthly with the higher low V1 here. Bought this at 147.96. 147.96. All right, so that takes care of all of that. So if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, this is the time to do it. Go ahead, put it in the live stream chat, and I'll get to that in just a minute. Just want to remind everybody before I do that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm a good teacher. I teach a great course where I teach you all 5 of the different, the 5 different trading approaches that I use. I teach you step by step. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner. Doesn't matter if you're an advanced trader. These strategies are going to help you. This is what I trade every day here. And like I say, I teach you step by step. When you're done, you should really have mastered these and be able to go out and be a better trader. So the course is 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. It's a total of 15 hours. I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one with your teacher, and that's why I offer the lessons in this format. The price is $1,750. Sounds like a lot of money, but it's worth every penny, I promise you. So if you are interested, just send me an email. The email is the link of this YouTube video. Just say, hey, Greg, potentially interested in taking your course. I will reply and say, great, thanks for saying hello. Let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading, your challenges, your trading goals, and then it's a good time for you to ask me questions about the course in general. And when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And if you wake up one morning and you say, this is the day I want to be a better trader, just email me back. We'll get it scheduled and away we'll go. Secondly, I have a great online course available at udemy.com. It's called the Deep Dip by Stock Trading Strategy. It's a great strategy. This course is 9.5 hours of video, 15 study guides, 26 videos total, and I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy approach. It's a great approach. It really is. I use it all the time. You see us use it here all the time. And the best thing is, that course on Udemy is only somewhere between $12 and $15. It's a great value, and I promise you it will make you be a better trader. And the link to that Udemy course is in the description of this YouTube video. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. Helps to build the channel, helps to keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So if you've learned something valuable today or in the past, if you could hit the thumbs up button, it only takes a second, and I would really, really appreciate that. Okay. All right, so we have Steve Long, WST. At 428.10. Ooh. Oops, what am I looking at? Oh, here we go. 428.10. Ooh, great entry price, Steve. 428.10. Okay, good luck on that, bud. David is out of UNG, the untradeable. That was a monster trade. Good for you, David. And in Facebook. All right. Kamal is in shop. Hey, is it that time? It's Kamal shop time. 1424. Oh, what a great entry price that was. Hey, look at that. I nailed it. Oh, no. Yeah, I did. Sweet. Nice trade, Kamal. Wonderful. And in Snap as well. Okay, and we got into Snap at 52.52. Okay. $52.52. There's Kamal. Nice to have you back on the board, Kamal. Somfor says, thanks for WST, Steve. Thank you. Frank says, TLT on the monthly, half position for Frank. Okay, on the month. Steve says, I exited Hood for a 1.44% loss. Okay, so Hood is out of there. Michael Wilkinson is out of half of H. Leva sold 1/2 and in Facebook. Okay. There's Leva. Paxton says, thanks for again, everyone. Have a great weekend. Good to have you home, Paxton. Hope you had a good trip down there, bud. Let's see. We have Leva, David, and Ava. Okay. Frank says, nice to have Paxton back. Hope he did well in Vegas. I hope so, too. I hope so too. Tom is in TLT on the monthly. And out of VXX. Okay. David says, happy weekend all. Thank you, David. Hope you have a nice weekend as well. So what's going on after hours? Anything interesting? Facebook's down 49 cents. MSTR is unchanged. Pfizer's up 4 cents. SPY is up 3 cents. Bonds are down 18 cents. And VIX is up 4 cents. Jonathan says, a wee bit naughty. Facebook from the 26th and DocuSign weekly because I liked it earlier. All right, so I'm just going to put your name on there on the 26th. Oh, I see. All right, well, I'll put a line there so we know. And I'll put here, I'll say Jonathan from the 26th. And then DocuSign on the weekly. With the 520 crossover. And that was Jonathan. Okay. Got it. Ava says, thanks a lot, Greg, and everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Ava. Hope you have a nice weekend as well, my friend. All right, so if anyone has any other comments or questions, anything you'd like to discuss or contribute, go ahead, put it in the live stream. Before I do, just like to read this every day. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. That sounds pretty good, right? So let's go out, try to do one nice thing for another human being today. As an added bonus, if you could go out and do one nice thing for an animal today, that would be twice as good, right? One nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal. It really would make the world a better place. So this is something I try to incorporate into my life, and consider doing it yourself. It'll make you feel good as well. Jesse says, have an excellent weekend, everyone. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate that, Ranger Trader. And we should catch up soon as well. Mike says, thank you for everything, Greg. You're certainly welcome. Good to have you here, Lova, as always. And we also need to catch up. Thanks, Kamal. You have a good weekend as well, buddy. All right. So Hyatt Hotel sold half, closed below the previous day's low. MNST's hanging in there. PFE, nice little move today. One profit target up nicely. SPY, we bought the SPY overnight at the 459.25. Facebook bought the under 200, over 200 on the daily. And then last but not least, like to throw in some different time frames. I did buy TLT on the monthly with this higher low V1. Of course, a higher low is when we close below the value zone. We rally into the value zone. We have a pullback. We retested the -1 ATR channel, which I really like. And we got triggered into the trade with a V1. Alrighty, everyone. Well, I think that's it. I hope you have a really nice weekend. Safe Halloween. Do something good for someone today. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe, please. Enjoy your weekend. And hope to see everyone back here on Monday during the last hour of the market. And thanks again for coming. Have a good one. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.